Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. Welcome back to Inter Worldwide. We are going to do something a little bit fun today, especially since I actually haven't played FIFA since 2017, 2018, where I moved across to PES because the Master League was better than career mode. I'm old-fashioned and all that fancy stuff. I don't play online. However, I've recently just seen that they've released the ratings for FIFA 23. I've heard some good things about this game, and I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to fork out the cash during school holidays and buy my first edition of FIFA in about 4 or 5 years. So I thought what would be a fun way to sort of commemorate that? Let's do a little bit of a reaction video to the player ratings for the Inter side. Now, I pretty much got these cards and these ratings this morning without checking 100% if they were the finalized ratings. So give or take 1 point to these ratings. That's all it needs to be. Very rarely are these ratings anything more than 1 point from what they were predicted to be. So I'm really keen to have a look at these. Let's see who deserved their rating. Let's see who did not deserve their rating whatsoever, whether it be too high, whether it be too low. We will see. As always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you really love what we do at Inter Worldwide, consider becoming a channel member because there will be some more exclusive content coming out after that. Let's get started. The first on our list is none other than El Toro, Lautaro Martinez. Now, an 86, I think, is a fair rating for Lautaro in this because, in my opinion, a player of his age will probably progress into an 89 or a 90 at some point. I don't mind his pace or his shot accuracy. His passing is exactly what it should be. And his dribbling is quite high as well. His defensive awareness and pressing, man, I think if they were watching every game under Antonio Conte, Lautaro Martinez could probably bump up his defensive attributes just a tad. But for this particular video and for this particular set of ratings, I think that's A-okay. Drop it in the comments what you think of El Toro's rating as well. 84 physicality. Maybe they don't watch him flop around as much as we do. Let's change the view here so that we can make it a little bit more appeasing to the masses. Big Rom the Strong. Romelu Lukaku coming in at 86 as well. 80 pace, probably has more acceleration. Remember, these are just the fundamental stats up on that card in front of you. 85% of a shot, 75 pass, 77 dribble. Maybe a tad generous there for Big Rom. I'm not too sure. 38 defense and 82 physicality. Probably could have been a little bit higher there. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Big Rom the Strong. Did they nail his FIFA rating or should have he been a little bit higher? I think they've got this one a spot on. I wouldn't purchase him in career mode though. That's for damn sure. Next on the list, coming in hard at 86, his highest FIFA rating since being in the game, Nico Barella. 79 pace, 76 shots, 83 passing accuracy. Hasn't been that great this season. If they were just going off his performances against Udinese or his performance against Milan in the derby, those passing stats might have been a little bit lower. We never know. 77 defense is quite high for him. I guess they've been watching him closely in terms of his pressing in the mid-third part of the pitch. But with 81 physicality as well, I think 86 is actually quite a fair rating for Barella. Might even be 1 or 2 points too generous. But hey, I've still looked at ratings in previous years for Inter players, and I know that they are always drastically under-measured. So we'll take those 3 points for Nico here. Next on the list is none other than our regista, Marcelo Brozovic. 69 pace is on the ball right there because he is slow, doesn't burst into speed very often. 74 shot, 81 pass. I would have thought that would have been a little bit higher. 81 for dribbling, 81 defensive contribution, and 78 in physicality. Overall, those fundamental stats to me don't suggest a rating of 86. So there's probably some more, some smaller statistics in his game on FIFA that are allowing him to get those numbers. 86 is quite generous again. And if you're playing with this team in career mode, having those two 86s of Barella and Brozovic, you've got some high attributes there for a gaming system and a console system where the numbers of these players genuinely do matter to performance inside the game. Shout out to Sammy Kerr, the Golden Girl, my personal favorite Australian athlete of all time. Yes, of all time, inclusive of everybody. She is Adonis. She is a queen. Keep on flying that flag, girl, because we are so proud of Sammy Kerr. Milan Skriniar with an 86. Good rating. Good rating for him. Probably could have been a point or two higher in our subjective Inter opinion, but into the grand scheme of things, in comparison to other defenders and centre-backs specifically on the game, I think Skriniar's rating is a fair one. Let's move across to Hakan, who's down to an 84. I mean, for our squad, but 84 I think is still quite high for a player like Hakan. 67 pace, 80% shot accuracy, which is really going to be the fundamental strong point of his game. Now, an 86 in dribbling. I know he's decent running on the ball, and I know he's got very good close control, but an 86 for dribbling seems a little bit generous for me. Let me know what you guys are thinking as well about Hakan's rating. I'm pretty happy with that because you can't really complain about that. If you start him, Barella, and Brozovic in midfield, it's a pretty good-looking lineup. Now, Bastoni is someone who finally gets his props, maybe a little bit too prematurely, because I remember watching him in different FIFA editions. I remember playing FIFA last year at my mate's place, and if I'm not mistaken, this guy started as a 79, which I thought after the season he had with Conte was absolute BS. So it's good to see him get his props that he deserves, even though his form this season has been absolutely bang average or below. Talk about generosity. This one right here is what you call generous, and this is the sort of player that's dropping by the margins in career mode if you do end up playing with Inter or purchasing him for some reason. 87 defensive stats. They're just coasting on that Defender of the Year season that he had in the limelight, and now it's easy to put that rating on because I don't think many people at Inter will agree that he's worthy of an 84. But once again, for people like me that don't play FIFA that often, are these ratings usually this generous? Can they be hit and miss? You FIFA experts that play this religiously like a side job, drop it in the comments and let me know, please. These are the other cards. I didn't really want to go through every single player individually because it just would have been an absolute drag. But looking at the rest of the squad, we've got Henrik Mkhitaryan as an 83, Tuco Correa 81. It's interesting they haven't put a grilling stat there because that 99 would have really bumped up his average. We've got our new keeper Andre Onana at an 82, which will be interesting. I know Handanovic is an 84 in the game, but he'll drop pretty quickly as well. Edin Dzeko gets a very generous rating of 84 for his age, although his attributes really, the important attributes for Edin Dzeko, like his shooting and his dribbling, are still pretty high. Federico Di Marco has a 77 and will probably have the potential to grow. Damian, that's as much as he'll peak at 77 as well. Very disappointing rating for Raul Bellanova at 72. You'd hope he grows a little bit if you want to maybe start a career mode and loan him out. I'm not too sure how it'd go there. And then you've got the players that I don't think any Inter fan will ever put on that football pitch on FIFA. Over here is what I call the go zone, the players that you're probably going to put on the transfer list the very second you start a career mode with this club. Over here, we have our highest potential ratings. Barella as a 90, Martinez as a 90, and Bastoni as an 88, telling you that players like Romelu Lukaku probably don't have much room to move from the 86, nor does a player like Marcelo Brozovic, and probably not a centre-back like Milan Skriniar as well. These three players, for their age and positioning and for their overall contribution to the team, and obviously their room to grow through potential career moves, are your highest potential ratings for Inter in this edition. Your ideal lineup, according to FIFA, is looking like this. Robin Gosens was a player that wasn't really included. Now, as you can see here, some of these ratings are slightly off from what I spoke about before. Denzel Dumfries is an 83, De Vrij is an 85, Bastoni's down to an 82, Skriniar's up to an 87, Handanovic is up to an 86. So I think this might be more of like an ultimate team or an online mode where the statistics jump up a little bit based on chemistry as well. Once again, I don't actually know how this works properly with the online Ultimate Team board. I'm very out of the loop when it comes to this sort of stuff, but that's naturally your ideal lineup on the pitch. Gosens has a poor rating compared to what he was when he was at Atalanta. Here are some interesting stats here in terms of how players grew from 22 to 23. So Onana, an 83 in 22, obviously -1, didn't play too much. We've got Handanovic at -2. Skriniar stays the same at 86. A +4 for Bastoni. He's Inter's highest riser in the list. -1 for De Vrij, -1 for Danilone, who's down to a 78. +2 for Di Marco from 76 to 78 from 22. Damian is +2. Now see here how it says 77 on our previous slide, but they've got him down as 80 here for some reason. So I'm not too sure what the accurate rating is there, give or take 1 point, as I said at the start of the video. +2 for Brozovic, +2 for Barella, and +2 for Hakan. We've also got, that's the same, you can't see it, or is it a +1? +1 for Denzel Dumfries, -1 for Robin Gosens, -2 for Mkhitaryan, -1 for Correa, +1 for Lautaro, -2 for Lukaku, and +1 for Edin Dzeko. You won't see too many people the age of Edin Dzeko actually gaining points, actually gaining marks. That's it. it was a fun video. I really enjoyed that 10 minutes. I knew it would be quick. I knew it would be sweet. That's my reaction to Inter's player ratings. As I said, being a bit of a scarcity of available football games at the moment. I know eFootball has their online mode, but they still don't have Master League. I honestly haven't played it since the 18-19 edition, I think it was, where I really enjoyed just playing career mode with Trapani. It's very enjoyable, especially when you sign all the kingpin players at 15, 16 and grow them all to 90s. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to be purchasing FIFA? How do you plan to utilize it? Do you usually integrate it with Inter, or are you someone that likes to maybe use other clubs? Let me know in the comments below. As always, Forza Inter Worldwide. My name is Anthony. We will see you soon. Ciao.